even tried out serious mass for a little bit, but again, I was dieting for my first show, so it became something that I just was obsessed with. It got enthralled into, wanted to make it my new career. I didn't know, I was told by a lot of people, you can't really make a career, if you want to be a huge bodybuilder, but you probably don't really want to look like that. Just do it for a hobby. At that time, I moved back to St. George, Utah, actually, where I finished up my degree. I'm a biology, psychology, integrated studies major, and I was taking just a load. But it was a crucial time in my life. I had an old flip phone, didn't have an iPhone, didn't even have Wi-Fi where I was staying. I was renting my grandparents. They were out of town for the year, and I was renting their place. No Wi-Fi, and I'll tell you what, that taught me the value of time management. Waking up every morning, 6 a.m., packing all my meals throughout the day. I picked a show I wanted to do in Las Vegas that year. It was the first ever muscle and fitness male model search. It had me written all over it. I'd done a couple bodybuilding shows and won those, but I never really felt like I didn't have the tenacity to be a bodybuilder. Maybe it was the tiny posing trunks, I don't know. But didn't rock them as well as you did. But so that semester took 16 credits, which is a lot. Comparative vertebrate physiology, behavioral neuroscience, classes that I could barely pronounce. And all I did was take what I had learned in the gym and I applied it to class. I just knew if I went every day, just effort, put out maximum effort. I ended up getting straight A's that semester, worked about 20 hours a week at a steakhouse, which was nice because they would throw me free steaks and I was prepping for a show. But on my feet, almost 18 hours a day, just go. And I would train after classes, go to work, train again, study what I had to do it all again the next day. That September, while I was going to school, won the Muscle and Fitness Male Model Search. Really, for the first time, 200 guys, 300 guys in that show. I won that show, and it was to see the process, to fall in love with the process of going to the gym every day, to packing the meals, to being so on top of it, to being so on top of school. Now, I didn't have a life at all. I wasn't going on dates or drinking at all, but I saw that if you put in work, if you put in the effort, you will see the results, and that was crucial for me. I thought I can do anything at this point in time. And what I chose, I guess, to set my sights on was the fitness industry. I loved it. And about that time, I started thinking, I want to be sponsored by a company. So after the Muscle and Fitness Male Model Search, rocking my pink and black board shorts, teardrop showing, might have seen that. Walked around, hey, I just won the Muscle and Fitness Male Model Search. They would ask for a card, picks up different supplement companies. I was on cloud 9. Nothing happened. I'm a little bit depressed afterwards, and nothing happened, but I still won the show. I knew people at bodybuilding.com had recognized me. I know in my mind, I visualized it. I was already going to be the next Greg Plitt. Rob Riches, people that, similar people that he looked up to. Those were the people that I envisioned myself becoming like, and then also putting my own little quirky spin on it. Soon after that, actually, Optimum Nutrition came to me. Not came to me, I introduced myself, I got a call back from them and a couple other companies. We won't mention them because obviously I'm here. So, as soon as I got the call from them, it was easy, hands down, oh my gosh, yes, Optimum Nutrition, I've been taking that, I'm gonna save money, it's gonna be great. Right after that, bodybuilding.com, spokesmodel search. Definitely something that I look back on as pivotal moments in my career. A couple of them happened back to back to back, and that was that bodybuilding.com spokesmodel search. Winning that in Los Angeles really, I think, catapulted a career in the fitness industry because they're so universal. So I feel like I was in the right place at the right time. Again, hard work makes the luck happen. I feel like anything I've ever done, I visualized it before it happened, before it becomes created in material I've envisioned in my mind. So with bodybuilding.com behind me, as a sponsor in Optimum Nutrition, I just pretty much thought, I was ready to take over the world. Two biggest sponsors to me, and since then, IFBB men's physique stuff came out. Thought it was going to be, amazing. Third men's physique pro, first one to qualify for the Olympia, and then boom, Olympia happens. It was something that I thought, I was leading up to it. Won every show pretty much I'd ever entered. I was going to win this one. Didn't end up working out. Didn't end up happening. But one thing that I realized after it, I was actually more passionate about my true love, and that was actually helping other people out. And I was actually able to reach out to so many more people when I started concentrating actually on my brand rather than just on me. Doing a show, how many people have ever done a show in here? Quite a few. You guys can put your hands down. I know you guys have. This is great. But super important to me that after realizing you don't need necessarily to be the best competitor. You don't need to have all these trophies and accolades. Sean, you keep yours on your bookshelf? I moved like 7 times in the last 2 years, so I don't even know where mine at. I think I probably gave them to the bum on the street in Santa Monica when I left LA. Just said, here, they're nice to have, but again, when I come to Body Power, being able to meet and talk with everyone, and I know Sean feels the same way, that is more important than any trophy, any competition, because you're actually making a difference. And that is the only sustainable thing in this industry that keeps me going. And I think really the people that have been successful in this industry, and you don't have to do it on a broad level. As a personal trainer in your gym, in your hometown, I can remember helping change my dad's diet, helping him lose 30 pounds, about 15 kilos, just by him watching me eat. After my divorce, I moved home into their house, had to get on my feet, had to swallow my pride, had to be a little bit humbled. Very, very crucial moments. But to see people around you changing from the things you are doing, it's the best feeling in the world. So that definitely has been my mission since, and looking forward, that will always be my number one. So kind of a couple things that I like to always kind of go back to, my moral code. You always want to have passion. Passion, if you don't have a passion, everyone in here obviously has a passion for working out. If you didn't, you wouldn't be in here today. But that passion is something that kind of ebbs and flows. You don't always feel super, super motivated when you get to the gym. But those are the days that you just have to put in some hard work. Our jobs, my job traveling around the world, everyone says, oh, it's the best job in the world. And it is. It really is. But so at the end of the day, a couple years, it's still a job. You're still required of you to perform at a very high level. So no matter what you do, you have to work hard. You have to want to be the best. And that drive, I guess, doesn't really come from anywhere else. It can't come from people telling you you look good. That's not why you go to the gym. It can't be. It won't stick with you. There has to be some deeper fiber inside you that drives you to be the best at whatever it is you're going to be, and find that passion and write it down, refer back to it. I really am a big believer in you are what you think about. So you sit down before the gym and you study what you're training that day. You are what you think about. You've had a hard day at work. Take 15 minutes before you go into the gym and just aimlessly train to write down your goals. Write down why you're passionate. If you ever question why you're there, that is the biggest factor in succeeding. If you question why you're at the gym, refer back to what got you there in the first place. And again, it has to come from within you rather than an outside force. So I definitely think you have to have passion. You have to be able to separate, because there was always going to be that time that motivation goes away from you. And whether it's watching YouTube videos, studying, different books like Sean does, like I do, whether it's watching, looking at bodybuilding.com, you are what you think about. You are what you have in front of you. So make sure that at those times you definitely put in that extra work. Anybody can do things. I had a football coach he said anybody can play when you're feeling good. Anybody can go out and play football when everything's great, when you're healthy, when you don't have anything else to worry about. The people that succeed in anything they do are the people that might have injury, or not injury, might be hurt. There's a difference between being injured and being hurt. But might be hurt, might have a ton going on in your life. might be going to school full time, might be working full time. But if you can go into the gym and not make any excuses, take everything that comes at you and flip it into a positive, you will always, always, always be successful. Second thing, you have to have a vision. So when you walk into the gym, you have to have a vision that you are drawn to. That just by thinking about it, you're going to be attracted to it. And that vision has to be your vision. It can't be mom's vision, it can't be girlfriend's vision, it can't be your dog's vision. You got a cute dog, by the way. You guys seen his dog? It's a cute dog. It has to be yours. So make it your own. Think about it every day. Hold on to it. Don't let anyone else change that. Definitely, like I said before, I think when the football thing fell through for me, it was tough because that's what I envisioned my whole life. And when it kind of came to a crash, I struggled for a long time. But you find other things. You find other things that pique your interest. Obviously, bodybuilding for me was that, and I held on to it. And so even now, I'm visualizing what I want to do the next couple of years. I'm not going to tell you guys, because you're still my ideas, but no, I definitely think mainstream is where I want to head with this whole fitness thing, with people that are out of shape and people that just want to get back, get their lives on track. Now, I might not want to compete. Now, competing is a great goal, but again, you push yourself from a healthy level to an unhealthy level. So if you don't compete and you don't have any desire to, you can still have a place in this industry. You still have a place as a personal trainer, working with people to better their lives, because that, serving other people, that to me is what it's all about. The last thing, balance, kind of goes hand in hand with this. This is just a slice of your life. You have to be able to be successful as a family man in your business. I remember moving to California, because after I won the Muscle and Fitness Male Model Search, after I won the bodybuilding.com spokesmodel search, I moved home and I got my pro card at Men's Physique, but I just wasn't happy. I kept on winning these shows, but I was just flat afterwards. Has anyone ever experienced the post-contest blues, I call them? You can raise your hand. You're kind of like, wait, can I raise my hand? Just you? What ended up happening?
I ate a lot.
You ate a lot. Yeah. Seriously, it happened to me, but a couple, anytime you go through such a emotional ordeal, and dieting for 16 weeks is emotional. You get done and it's kind of like, well, I just spent everything for a judge to sit there and tell me that I was the best or that I wasn't the best. And now I have really nothing, what am I doing? I can't look any better than I did on stage. So now I have to refocus my goals, and it's really, all of a sudden you're back into real life. Competing, so tunnel vision on yourself, it has to be, but you're back into real life. So always remember not to, cut yourself off. I moved to LA, thought I was gonna be, actor, do all that kind of stuff. What I realized about me is that I want a quality of life that, doesn't come necessarily from money, doesn't come from fame. It comes from, being able to, at the end of the day, whatever is important to you, kiddos, family. I wanted a quality of life, and I had to realize that wasn't it for me. And that was a big, turning point in my life too, that realizing that something you thought you wanted, you actually don't. And it's okay to be like, you know what? I don't want that again. I'm going to reevaluate and reset some goals, and I'm going to come back this way. So I lost that balance when I moved out to LA, because I became so focused on being, something I wasn't. I didn't want to really be an actor. I was working out at Gold's Gym twice a day, and it was great, but I lost that balance in my life. So those of you that do compete, those of you who do feel like, if I miss a meal, I'm gonna go catabolic, I'm gonna shrink. You can't let things that matter most take a back seat to mattering least. So if you have kiddos, if you have a wife, you have to make sure if you do compete, if this health is your journey, that you bring them along for the ride and you make time for them. But the thing I love about Optimum Nutrition is from day one, integrity. They practice what they preach. On the labels, you don't see any outrageous claims. That's always attracted me to them.